everybody, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 1. And this is Matchday 25. 2 rounds left. 2 Division 1 rounds left. 2 Division 2 rounds left. It's all coming to an end very, very soon. 5 shows to go. The 2 rounds of league fixtures for each division. And the Cup final 2 weeks from today, with the end of season review on the night. Let's take a little look at that league table before we go too much into those fixtures. My throat is still gone, but it's alright. So at the top of the table we see Dalgety Rangers and Really 1 point apart, and then 2 points further back Steelhawks and Team GB. What a prospect we have if certain results happen heading into that last round of games. Roundhay and Trumpton fighting their own little battle there, 35 points apiece, with Faliraki just 2 behind, so anything can still happen there. Loco Calaveras, North Trafford, Aston Ajax, 3 teams where there's no management, and then just below that, Old Age Ballers, Alanson, Imagine Madrid, all 1 point apart, so I was looking towards a different bit. 1 point separate the 3 teams, and at the bottom needing at least a point out of this game to have any chance of not finishing bottom, Tyneside, who have a team in today for the first time in a little while. So the results from the last time, it was just a small round of games, the ones that were rearranged from the Cup semis. Dalgety Rangers 0-0 with Old Age Ballers, one of the dullest matches in the history of the league. Faliraki beating Imagine Madrid 2-0. Loco Calaveras losing to Real E. And Team GB beating Trumpton by 3-2. And the fixtures for today see Alanson versus Imagine Madrid. A big game down at the bottom of the table. And they're going to be played, of course, in some kind of logical order. There's a game that we'll play first that has absolutely no bearing on the league whatsoever. And then we've got a bit of a structure to how it's going. So if we have a little look at the other games, the top of the table clash, Dalgety Rangers and Real E. It's going to be huge, that one. Huge, especially from Real E's point of view. Faliraki versus Trumpton, 1 place apart. Look at how those 2 teams have met up over the last bits, but never been the other way around. Something could happen today for the first time this season, potentially. Then North Trafford versus Aston Ajax, Roundhay versus the Old Age Ballers. That kind of little climb from Roundhay that's been superb in recent games to get them to 5th in the league against Old Age Ballers, who they don't score, they don't concede many. Let's see if it'll be more interesting today. And Tyneside, you can tell where the management trailed off, picked up a little bit, trailed off again. At least in the bottom of the table. And Steelhawks, David, probably the most how do I describe it? The most thorough in matchday selections of the entire league. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on today. So if we go into the games, immediately going to be drawn to one of the matches. First of all, I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes though before we get started. Just it's quite early. Torino versus Birmingham, that great Champions League match. Birmingham currently looking forward to facing the next round as it stands. Santander, Birmingham. What a group. Karlsruhe, they're not even in the top division. They're qualified for the Champions League. I don't really understand what's going on there. Beerschot and Dynamo Moscow, Panathinaikos and AZ. I mean, Dynamo Moscow, they're out of place there, aren't they, with the other teams being acronyms. Middlesbrough versus Academica of Portugal, and Real Madrid and Partizan Belgrade. It's just very, very strange, isn't it? Before we do go into anything else, I'm going to go to the player stats and things before the game. Van Nistelrooy, Elba, Penza, Vieira, Nikiforenko, Crespo, who's behind that. Round here with a real chunk of players in there. Goals: Van der Stroy, Penza, Shearer, Nicky Franco, Crespo, Murat, all on 10 or more. A couple of Barry Fergusons down the list there. Goals conceded: Alisson no longer using the same goalkeeper, but he did cost them a little bit over the course of the season. And you can see there, Cudicini, I don't think he's been picked recently either for this, so Tyneside goalkeeper is the most active of he's considered the most of all the active goalkeepers. Penalties: there are 4 players who scored 2 each, and obviously that's helped their team to some goals. Penalties, you see that penalties, that Robin has missed 2, and everybody else who's taken who's scored a penalty has not missed a penalty. Assists: the 2 Van Nistelrooys there, 12 and 10 assists respectively. Ahead of Bowyer, Barnby and Kewell. And discipline: Roy Keane, 10 yellow cards, 3 clear of anybody else. Red cards: Nicky Butt, Nuno and David Seaman on 2 apiece. We're going to get into those games now, and let's put the views back to how they were, sorting teams by people who haven't been playing matches, and they're a youth player getting into the team. There is a youth player in that squad, and he fills in a role for the teams, so that's where we'll go with that one. And so this early game for today, it's 1-0 to look at this now, a hat-trick he's the goalkeeper. What's he doing? What? I don't understand. He's not on any web, Bob. I mean, what's he doing? I don't know what's happening. I genuinely don't know what's happening. Per Morten Christensen, the goalkeeper, has a hat-trick in the first half. I genuinely don't know what's going on there. This is incredible. He just goes to the first outfield substitute who's going to come on. I am lost for ideas. It's rather incredible that the goalkeeper has got a hat-trick. Right. I'm confused. I've never ever seen that in the history of Swemp Electronics Football Alliance, or perhaps Championship Manager before, that Per Morten Christensen is man of the match on his second start for the club, from in goal. What's he doing? Chris, good evening. He's come up. Yes, he's got a hat trick from in goal. Yeah. Lovely. Martin, good evening. Yeah, the goalkeeper's got a hat trick. He genuinely got a hat trick. Okay. Where do we go next? It takes us to the game towards the bottom of the table, doesn't it? It takes us to, I would suggest, the game of 12th versus 13th. Allinson, no arrows, Chris. No arrows. Allinson versus Imagine Madrid. I assume it's something to do with some slight tactical adjustments to the teams. I think it's because with these teams with no managers, that I'm sending the goalkeepers up for corners, and I assume that they've gone up for corners and he's the only one there, apart from the other goalkeeper. I don't know. He's got a hat trick and it looks like it's all from corners. Anyway, well, that's good because these teams have nothing else to play for. They've no management at the moment. Roundhay versus Old Age Ballers was not the game. We go to Alanson and Imaginary Madrid. Next up, Alanson. Last time they played Imaginary Madrid, 3-1 to Imaginary Madrid earlier in the season. So we'll see how things go today. Alanson's team sees Alex Aguinaga, the footballer himself, is there, and at the midfield, quite a few changes have been made. Alex Alves is up front, and that's the first time he starts for quite some time. He still has no league goals. So into this one, Imaginary Madrid. Chris said keep it the same unless John Terry's back, and he is back, and Campo has dropped out. There wasn't a centre back on the bench, so he doesn't fill in back on the bench again. So it's David Good evening. It's I believe it's probably due to the tactical adjustments that I did make of sending the goalkeepers up for corners, because they, against other teams, they should not be winning the games particularly, but they should at least be giving them a fair match with a chance of getting points out of it. Imagine Madrid. Here we go. As long as they don't affect the title battle, that's exactly what we need. We need them not to affect the title battles. So here we are. And I don't know. Alanson pull off some great results at times. Imaginary Madrid, probably the slightly stronger side. And they go straight away. Robin has scored. It is 1-0 to Imaginary Madrid in this battle, which, I mean, this could put them as high as 10th, could it? I think it could put them as high as 10th, because Arsenal have been beaten, so it may well be that they could reach the top 10 now with a win, either of these two teams. Old Age Ballers will be wanting to do something about that later on. Still 1-0. Approaching half time. And here we are, half time. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. Won't be long. Chris says go 260 unless injury. It was funny. I had no idea. I mean, Christensen got in the goals. Yeah, sorry about the delay. It's just I suppose you don't keep a pregnant lady from chocolate. So cream egg and a bit of dairy milk. Take your pick. I'd say there's no injury there unless you like to call the no injury to Robin an injury. Alanson, everything I think will remain as it is for now. They will make changes at 60 minutes. I will just check that it's okay. Let's well away from my microphone then. Quite a loud sneeze. I don't think there are any. Yeah, 60 minutes we roll to both on 60. And there's the equaliser. It's D'Alessandro getting the goal. He hasn't had a great first half. Robin scores again. Look at that. You just cannot keep him down today. Another chance coming in. And there we are, 60 minutes. 6 for Lampard, Terry and Totti. I mean, Lampard on 6 is kind of most at a 6.38 and he's still in the team. Wow. Anyway, so just a quick chat there. I mean, Totti, he's not injured either. He won't be. Yordi, he's not injured either. But, 2 yellow cards, Emendieta and Colaccini. 1 match left in the season at the weekend. By the way, just to remind you that it is on the game. This is midweek, and there are games in the weekend, the last day of the season. As we await any instructions. While he's having a think, I'll pop over to Allenson. Well, there's a couple of suggested things here, but let's see where we are with those. Form of fitness. Aguinaga is carrying an injury. I mean, you take off Glare Nielsen definitely in this situation, so Yule will come on. Aguinaga is going to be withdrawn for Zickler, and D'Alessandro is going to go there, and they'll make their 2 substitutions. We go to Imagine Madrid, Lampard for Smerteen, and go to defensive mid. Smerteen is at right, isn't he? And Ferguson in the centre. There we are. Is that the only change, Chris? We will see. It is going to be a very lovely night if the top 4 end up as they do for the last day of the season. There's definitely a scenario, I mentioned it the other day as well, where all the teams could go into the last day level on points. So I imagine Madrid looking to seal the game. But Barry Ferguson takes their 3rd yellow card against D'Alessandro with another chance. He's only on 6, but he's having chances. Alex Alves is booked now as well. And with 10 minutes left, this game's still going the way of Imagine Madrid. Zickler missing the side. I suppose this shows the more management you do on the night, the more you can get the results ground out. And there we are, Robin. It is getting it for Chris. Allenson missing 10 shots. That is horrendous. 1 out of 4 for D'Alessandro and Alex, and nothing else on target for the team. And Imagine Madrid, 2 on target for Robin, and 1 for Kesman. Oh, Aaron Ferguson missed that one, Chris. Apologies. But yeah, massive result indeed. Yeah, it came through a little bit once. Probably must have come in the last few minutes actually when that did. But anyway, you got the victory. Massive result there. And the away end at the Jackass. The loopy end. There we go. Loco Calaveras versus Team GB, and Team GB with Alf. It's not their game though, is it? I should be going to a different match. Let me do this properly. I can go to a different match, I think, so we're okay. And I've selected 1 team in so far. It should be the team. It's 7th versus 6th, isn't it? That's next up. So it is going to be Falaraki versus Trumpton. Good night, Chris. Thank you for coming along. So Falaraki versus Trumpton is the next game. Falaraki and Trumpton, last time they played each other, it was 2-0 to Trumpton with Keenan Ariano scoring, but David Seaman sent off very early on. For today they go unchanged. Unchanged it is. But he says, you know, he did think about it. And, you know, I think
this is the way forward for today. They've been doing fairly well recently, so they keep things as they are, and we'll head into this game. In fact, a win over Imagine Madrid looks like actually a decent result recently. And Trumpton, big kid, going for this formation today. Something very different. Again, Arellano on that right hand side rather than being one of the central three up front. Petkov coming in as there's an injury to Zanoni still, which means he's not able to play, and so Petkov steps in and Heinrich is on the bench. So let's have a look and see how this one goes. It does take us to this game that he's got Ola Camben refereeing, and let's kick off, and as long as there's no goals in the early bit I can actually have a sip of my drink, which would be nice. Shearer testing so far. This is definitely much more Falaraki. Sheringham having a chance. This is really key in that battle for 5th place with Roundhay. Roundhay I think he'll play next, and there's Roy Keane getting the opening goal. Trumpton taking the lead. And obviously for them that is a huge goal. They hadn't been doing much early on, now they look like dangerous every time they come forward. Half time approaching, and it's with us. So only one shot from Trumpton. It's gone in, 2 for Falaraki. At least they've been on target. And it depends on 80% is going to be withdrawn at half time. Used to be safe at last game of the season, and they have Crespo up front, so he will come on, and we go to 60 minutes with these. And Roy Keane scores again. That's incredible. Roy Keane on a hat-trick now. Parler makes it 3. Well, Falaraki absolutely done in by this. So I believe it is the same instructions as last time, which means Ferdinand will come on and 2 other changes. Well, Sheringham is to be withdrawn here, and so that will be Darren Anderton, and Ince will come off unless he's playing a superb game. He is not, and I think he needs to be preserved for the next match. He's not injured, but he does need preserving, and he will come off for David Batty. For Trumpton, do they have specific bits? So in 45, anyone under 83, oh, they're going to 65. So let's get them to 65. Here we go. Anyone under 83? None. Or and then the least fit off. We will make one more change for them. They've made some already, so they will withdraw Zinedine Zidane and replace him with Clarence Seedorf. .25 minutes left. Trumpton comfortably in the lead here. 2 for Roy Keane, 1 for Ray Parler. Roy and Ray, that famous partnership, and Trumpton are going to see out this victory comfortably. No late goals, and there we are, 3-0. Every shot they had was on target. Well played to Falaraki. Falaraki, well played to Trumpton. Well played to Falaraki at all. David Seaman's goalkeeping nightmares was clearly on view there tonight. If only Bob Wilson had filled in instead. 2 10s, Ryan Ray. What a team they were. 8 dribbles from Roy Keane. Wow, what a performance from Roy Keane. But Ray Parlour taking man of the match with his assist and his 100% tackle rate that he had there. Now we go to what I think is the round hay match. 7th and 6th have played, so we've got 5th, and then 4th, and then 3rd, and then 1st and 2nd. So we go to round hay. Round hay versus the old age ballers, and for Jim today we take a look at the round hay squad. They brought in Gorvanek for Lee Bowyer, who's missing for this game. Other than that, the changes are just on the bench really. And last time they played each other, it was 2-0 in the league, I think it says there, sorry, in the cup, sorry, to the old age ballers. If we look at their previous league meeting, it was 0-0, and there were chances, and Nuno got man of the match rather than a red card. The old age ballers for today missing Simeone and Bosvelt. Batistuta is not fit, and so it leaves them with a few changes to our lineup there. We see that Ince is back in defensive midfield. We also have Romario in up front as well as one of the changes. Cafu, of course, back from his injury as well. On the ballers indeed, Sir Martin. But of course, it's going to be a tough test, this one. Although I believe old age ballers haven't conceded to round here this season. So Teaga refereeing. If there's Romario hat-trick incoming. Let's see if it is. Better than the goalkeeper hat-trick, I guess. Did entertain me. I'm sure Christensen, the goalkeeper, have put him in the wrong position. Anyway, it's still 0-0. These teams cannot score against each other in the league. The results, obviously, round hay were 5th. Oh, Hollaback is down, and obviously Sean Dyche is the man who's played a lot of time. The Hollaback went off at 0% a while ago and was on 61. At least he's not gone to 0. He had 4 months out. He's only just come back into the team. Shevchenko with a chance. Oh, and there's Luis Enrique going off injured. Oh no. On comes Diego Simeone, and he will switch with. No, he won't switch with Vieira. We'll leave it with him in the middle of midfield, I think. 2 injuries, just 2 minutes apart. They probably won't have those two for the last day of the season. That's extremely unlikely. Gorvanek just missing the target. And it's half time. So, yeah, I mean, Luis Enrique and Patrick Vieira, the 2 key players on the pitch there. Redondo at 79, Romario at 79. Just let you know that's a groin injury. That's Effenberg. Luis Enrique. And no injury to Romario. His stamina's just he's just wearing himself out there. Any changes at half time there, Martin, for you? For round day, well, you'd be doing your best to avoid a 3rd substitute at this time, I'm sure. Knowing how bad luck it's been for their injuries at this point. Have we had shots? Sorry, I don't think I've checked that one out. 1 shot, 1 on target, and 4 for round here. They'll live, let's go to 60. Okay, let's do that. Still nothing to separate these 2 teams, apart from 2 injuries for one and none for the other. Q missing the target, and the subs are incoming, but nothing's really happening in the game. Desai Ince and Luis Enrique on 8s. Lots of players fading. Remember, there is a match at the weekend on this one, so whether you want to preserve the players or not, that's your call. Redondo, Romario in the 71% area. Any changes for you here, just let us know. And Roundhay, well, Governek at 77 is not injured, and I think it's a case of, well, they made 2 subs, anything else could happen. Yeboah for Romario and Hierro for Redondo. There we go. That's all. Lovely. Half an hour left in this game. Apologies for all the random coughing. It's just absolutely instant. There's no warning signs. Into this last 20 minutes, Roundhay, Old Age Ballers, another 0-0 between these two. Another 0-0 for Old Age Ballers. The game coming to an end with a whimper again, is it? Or will there be a late goal? Nope. Down the other end, Yeboah puts it wide right at the end, 0-0 again. Man of the match was Patrick Vieira of Roundhay. He got to the 9s, a few 8s, both goalkeepers. Southgate, Duff, Desai and Luis Enrique of the Old Age Ballers. 0-0 again for the Old Age Ballers. Well, clean sheets. You don't lose if you keep a clean sheet. We go now to the clean sheet kings. You're not wrong. We go to the match of Team GB versus Loco Calaveras now, don't we? So Team GB, their team for today. Yep, they've got Shearer into their lineup up front instead of Alan Smith, who's dropped out of the 18, and we replaced in it with Robbie Fowler. There's a few other changes on the bench, but only one in the first team. Last time these two teams met, Team GB won 4-2 in the Cup. They also won 2-1 in the league, and you'd expect them to get the points today against Loco Calaveras. We watch it from the point of view of Team GB. And there's a goal for Loco Calaveras. They're playing their 11 have played the least matches by position. And D'Alessandro now goes off injured. Well, they just immediately replaced with the first available substitute, no matter what position that is. That's fine. It is Aymar. Team GB losing. They need to make a comeback here. And they, oh, it's disallowed. Shearer's goal. I think you'd expect them to make a comeback. But their title battle, it's 2-0. I've got to say here, if there's a winner in the game between the top two, their season is over as far as a title challenge. They're 2-0 down, and it's 2-1 now. 2-1. We can't see the goal scorer, but it is 2-1. And Loco Calaveras there with their goals. You can see Marcos make his debut. Alf is here. Brilliant, Alf. Can you turn it around for the second half? Can you turn it around? You've got the goal scorer that we just can't read his name, but yeah, you've got Scholes on a 6 and at 87%. He's got a potential thigh injury. Everybody else is at 6s and 7s. Nothing to really report there. Watch it in this view just in case you want to see it from there. They're all okay, and 6s, 7s. There we go. Fourth place, Team GB, 2-1 down. A draw puts them third. A win puts them top at this stage of the season. What will happen? A defeat means they will be at least 3 points behind the top team at the end of the round. He's here. He's here. Same. Still 60. There we go. Okay. Hopefully not the same as for you in terms of the score. Let's chances coming in, more and more chances. Jonathan Woodgate gets the goal. It's 2-2. And the subs, we've gone to 61. Fitness wise, I mean, Scholes is your only one who's less than 86%, and he's up to a 7 now. Butts on a 6. With Terry, Dyer, Neville, and Joe Cole. Just let me know when you've finished your subs as well, then I'll get straight back on it. There's no subs for Calaveras except where injuries are. Will we see a change? I think we will. They're 2-2. They're in the ascendancy. Carry on. We don't see a change. 25 minutes left. Clock ticking. Currently in third place. More chances coming in. Down the other end. Amoroso saved by Douglas. 10 minutes to go. Absolutely massive. Amoroso with another chance. Seconds left in this one. Late one maybe. But no. It leaves them at least 2 points off the lead going into the last match. The title is unlikely for Team GB now. A draw against Loco Calaveras. And Arce is man of the match. Okay, well, that's thrown the elf among the pigeons. It's not this game next. It is Steelhawks and Tyneside. So Steelhawks for today. Last time they played, Tyneside drew 1-1. And it was a Robert equaliser. That was when we had to make a decision for Danny wasn't there, and I put Lauren Robert up front. And he scored the goal. David for today goes with his 3-5-2 attacking formation with Barsom in the middle of midfield, which is an interesting decision, but I think he's played there before this season. No other arrows, just those 4 arrows, and then everything else is there. So David, I'm sure he's here at the moment to do this one. Tyneside's team is in today, better than last time when they were destroyed 5-1 and played a 4-4-2 flat. They at least have a team in today, and they go with something a bit more like you might expect from them. Captain Bowyer, Steelhawks in blue. For this one, I don't think I've seen that blue kit. Maybe once or twice, but I don't think I've seen it at all, to be honest. Anyway, we go into this one. The signal is when I can't see anything. I will tell you. No, it's not really. I'll tell you if anything does happen in terms of your fitness and your numbers. Let you know if there's anything specific on that. I'll tell you about your shots for your strikers and things, because I know you like to keep up with. Have they been shooting? Do they need shooting? That question as well. Half an hour into the game. I don't know, it's finally the best chances going the way of Steelhawks, who at the moment are 4th in the table going into this one. After Team GB have got their point, the goal will put them top temporarily. A draw puts them back to 3rd. Oh, this is tight, this one. Half time. So I will tell you how things are going. You've got Khan on an 8. 6 is for Beckham, Ishizaki, Turam, Palacios, Dyer, Barsom, everybody else on 7s. Fitness wise, you've got Ishizaki on 86, who's got a potential groin injury. Beckham's 89 is fine. Mendietta's 80 though, he's got a knee injury. Everybody else 90 plus. Any changes there? Tyneside, there's no specific substitutes. It'll be 60 minutes. I can see Shearer is likely to be withdrawn, but actually he's not set to be withdrawn on that. Scholes for Palacios, and then switch Bowyer. Hang on, he can't come off himself. Scholes and Bowyer can't both come off for Palacios. Just give me that guidance again. Is it yeah, I'm not sure. Scholes and Bowyer can't come off for the same player. So wait the guidance on that one. Right, Scholes. Swap Palacios. Yep. And then what about Bowyer? Because Bowyer's not on the pitch, they're both on the bench, Bowyer and Scholes. So I'm unable to action a switch of them both. Is it just a one change, or did you want both? That will do. There we go. 60 minutes. Moritz having chances. Scholes had a chance as well. .53, 54. Time still going. And there's a 60 minutes. Substitutes coming on. Morat taking that yellow card. Morat, just to let you know, has had one shot. It was on target. Got Mendieta on a 77. Ishizaki on 82. Yellow cards for Thuram, Dyer and Morat. Ishizaki, Thuram and Barsom on 6s. Oh dear me, apologies. Morat off for Shearer. I will continue to make your changes if you are making any. Just going to go to Tyneside and have a look at Dan Hazard's instructions here. If losing at 60, do this. Here it says that's it. 74, so he will be withdrawn. He's going to be withdrawn for Viduka. He's under 75. That's a sort of standard that we play by. Still 0-0. Another title dream could end, or at least be affected. It would bring Team GB slightly back into it. Barsom scores! Oh! Barsom gets the goal. They're 1-0 up. With 5 minutes to go, this puts them temporarily top of the table. Meaning the result in the last game is absolutely key to decide where it goes. Woodgate clear off the line, and Steelhawks with Barsom's goal. Centre mid, there he goes, he gets the goal. 1-0. They were the stronger team during the game, it's got to be said, and they go through to the final round of the games. Depending on goal difference, they're either going to be level on points or they're going to be second. Going into that last round, they are not going to be third and not on the same points as the leading teams. Interesting. So they do well, and the Apstam has performed well, but man of the match did go to Nicky Butt of the opponents. Our last match of the day. And Dalgety Rangers, their team Stefan Kloss is making his debut because they're playing the players who played the least games. And Real E for them today, for Matt, he's picked More or less the same team, to be honest. In fact, the only change I've noticed within it is the arrows between Giggs and Dyer are going forward. Everybody else seems exactly the same as before. And why not? The team are on a decent run. They haven't lost for some time, since they lost to Roundhay 4-1 in the league. And of course, they can celebrate a massive 9-0 cup win over Steelhawks. It hasn't affected them too much in the league since. Let's see how they get on. We watch from the point of view of Really. And here we go. And the early start is that Really were on the attack. They could put themselves 2 points clear going into the last round of games. They could see themselves a point behind, and Dalgety Rangers, well, it'd be 3 points behind if they lost, of course. It's 1-0, it's Neil Somerville. They are going to be top of the league as it stands going into the last round of the season, 2 points clear. They got Allenson in the last round, is it? It's 1-0 after half an hour. More chances. Veron makes it 2. The Dalgety Rangers title dream. They lost the league on the last day of the season in Division 2 to Blues. This time around they could lose the league on the second last day of the season. They are 3-0 down. Oh, it's 3-1 but disallowed. And this is very, very comfortable for Real E. 48 minutes that first half lasted. They are 3 up at half time. And for 12 shots compared to their opponents' 2. And we go to on 60 minutes with these. 60 minutes where the subs Project has scored, though he's pulled one back. Just a little twist in the battle for the title. It's not all totally comfortable. Subs are on their way, and it's usually a pair of them. Let's see how that goes for Matt. It's Viduka for Somerville or Kewell. Well, Kewell's on a 7 this game, Somerville's on a 9. We will check and see if either of them are injured. No, they're not. Nobody's going to be a physical concern. So Viduka's coming in attacking mid. And Beckham for either Dyer or Veron. Veron's on 8 and Dyer comes off as a rarity there. As Beckham comes onto the pitch. So 3-1 it is into the last half hour. Dear me. Still more attacking coming on from Really Van Nistelrooy with a chance. They've scored 3, he hasn't got a goal. He's had 5 shots though. This game I think they need another goal to be absolutely certain at this point. There's still some attacks coming on from Dalgety Rangers. Really, it looks like they've probably got this now. Going to those last few minutes of the game. Somerville had a hat-trick goal disallowed. And it's 3-2. Oh, absolute carnage here. Is it going to be like, oh, it's another disallowed goal. 3-2 it is. 3-2, they hold on. They go into the last day of the season, top of the league. And that was incredible comeback there. They almost stole it at the end. 10 headers, 1 from Milewski. That's quite a performance there. 7-1 from Van Nistelrooy was pretty good, but 10. Somerville caught offside 6 times, and while they are top, here's our league table going into the last round. So we know that Team GB no longer can win the league. A 24 goal difference compared to a 19, a 21 suggests that Dalgety Rangers are unlikely to take the title. I know a 2-goal win and a 2-goal defeat would actually just turn it around, but if a 2-goal win and a 1-goal defeat would turn it around, so maybe not all over, but the team have not been bothering with their submissions. Steelhawks is second, 2 points off the pace. with much to go. Apologies. The throat's really going. It's good job it's near the end. Trumpton, 8 points back, but they've made it to 5th, and Roundhay dropped to 6th. Falaraki are now incapable. Well, not incapable. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? But it's now out of their reach to reach 5th place. And it also really no goal difference. You never know on that last one there. North Trafford, after their 4-1 win, their goalkeeper's hat-trick, they are now in 8th. Loco Calaveras in 9th. Aston's Ajax have dropped to level on points with Imaginary Madrid. Old Age Ballers just 1 point behind them. And Alanson, I suppose now, goal difference wise, it's not all over for them to make a top 10 place and Tyneside bottom of the league and relegated. If we had another season, they would be down. Whoa. Sorry, let's have another drink quickly. Whoa. So, was there a development team of the week and midweek? The final round fixtures. There is a match between Tyneside and Loco Calaveras, which means absolutely nothing now on the first day. So when you submit your teams, everyone, be aware that there would be 1 day left and changes might be enforced on the night if an injury happens on that day before the game. Steelhawks play a failing Aston's Ajax team. That could be 3 points guaranteed for Steelhawks. Imagine Madrid Roundhay, big game in terms of the battle for 10th. And the battle for 5th. Old Age Ballers versus North Trafford. Old Age Ballers are definitely in that battle for 10th. Real E versus Alanson. So Real E need, I don't know if it's a point or two or a win. Can't get two. A point or a win that they need to take this title. Team GB versus Falaraki. Team GB still playing for 2nd, and Falaraki need to hold on to 7th. And Trumpton versus Dalgety Rangers. Trumpton could be a big player in guaranteeing that Dalgety Rangers finish outside the top 2. Let's take a look then at the table one more time. Real E plus 14, Steelhawks plus 19. So Real E, it is a must-win game against Alanson if Steelhawks win their game against Aston's Ajax. It is an absolutely must-win game. Whew. Next Wednesday, we will see who takes the league title. A reminder of that week after the cup final, Team GB versus Real E, who are chasing a double. Last season, our league winners were Trafford United, and our cup winners were Ewan Rovers, the Hyde United team, weren't they? News as I just skip through to the next bit here. Tyneside are down. I'm going to get it to these games. It's only a few days. So, D'Alessandro will miss the end of the season. Bosville accused of petulance. Look at this. He's going to be a bit fussy, isn't he? Nicky Butt banned. We are defending him. Defending him, of course. Bosville thanks the manager. Look at that. He is happy with that. Petkov misses the last game of the season. The cup final half, that is 2 weeks today. The end of season review show as well. So that's going to be the sort of centrepiece of that night. And then the review, of course. Mendieta misses the last game of the season. Caradas is missing it. Lots to see with these players who are missing this game. Asner unhappy. Alanson unhappy. Got to defend the team. Any other news? Hollaback missing the end of the season. Lewis Enrique missing the end of the season. This is going to be interesting to see who gets the games. Totti, absolutely no comment from a manager that's not there. Border unhappy. We look into those other games there. Grove in their league, they're beating Boxic. Yeah, well, Lauren Robert getting man of the match. Keeping going, but we'll miss the end of the season. Dudek will not be leaving. And we are nearly there to that game. And there we are. The game of Matchday 26. And the save. We'll be going to the drive now, so if you want to get your teams in, that's fine. Deadline for teams, of course, next Tuesday at 9 PM. Don't be late, or expect that your team will not be set up. Okay, thank you very much to everybody, and what a day we've had there. We think we might have a title winner, but it's down to 2, so let's see what happens with that. I can't see Dogget Your Rangers winning that when the top 2 both play very, very straightforward teams. Anyway, thank you very much and good night.